Hello everyone and welcome back to Mr Muse Models. Today is going to be a bit of a special video to mark the fact that I've got past the 50th subscribers, which I'm quite chuffed about. When I set out for doing this channel, I was never the intention of going after subscriber numbers, and it certainly isn't the intention, but the fact that I've got 50 people who actually want to follow my videos is quite satisfying, really. You know, I mean, it means something to me that obviously some people are enjoying enough of what I'm doing and what I'm showing that they want to know, well, follow it. So that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing. So what I thought I'd do is a little bit of a different video to say, well, a little bit of a different video to sort of celebrate in between brackets. And basically what I was going to do was I was going to do a quick stash tour of the kits that I've got in my stash, and that way you can see sort of like what I like to build, what I like to have in my stash, yeah, it's just one of those. Now, there's been quite a few of these videos done in the past, but I haven't seen anybody do a stash tour recently, and if you're anything like me, I really enjoy looking at what other people got in the stash and sort of like see what they like building and sort of like see what genres they're after. So I thought that's what I'll do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of break it down into two parts and sort of like do a quick overview of where I keep my stash in the cave, and then I will also then sort of get the camera on an overhead view, I think, and just rattle through showing you what I've got in the stash, and then if anybody wants me to do an inbox review of anything or just crack it open so you can have a look, you can just leave me a little comment or send me a PM, and I'll try and get a video showing what's in the stash. I'm not going to do a bench tour on this one because that's probably going to take a bit more time to do. Well, I think if I did the bench tour and stash tour at the same time, it's going to be a very long video, and I don't want the videos to be going on forever and forever. So what we're going to do is move the cameras around a little bit, and I'll quickly show you where I keep my stash in the man cave, and then I will sort of dig it out and sort of like show you what's in there. So let me move the cameras around, guys, and I'll give you an overview of what's in the stash. So guys, my stash is sort of stored in three places in the man cave. Up here I have the bigger sort of aircraft and boxes, so just let me zoom you in a little bit. So what we'll do in a minute, we'll sort of dig all these out. So that's just giving you a bit of an overview there of what we've got. And then, don't know if we'll be able to see, up at the top here we've got a few more. There we go. And down at the bottom of my shelving unit here, we've got a few more kits just down here, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the camera into a better position, okay, and we will get it overhead, and what I'll do is I'll actually go through the stash and sort of show you what's in there. So now you've seen the overview of the stash, let's have a quick look in a bit more detail and see what's what. I'm going to go through order of manufacturer, by alphabetical order of manufacturers, and I'm going to try and also keep it so that I stick to the scales and sort of take it from there. So, first manufacturer we have, Academy. This is a 1/72 scale F-16C in Thunderbirds marking. Still from Academy we have another F-16C, and this is in Air National Guard markings. Still Academy, slightly older tooling. This is the old tooling F-15E Strike Eagle. Changing manufacturer now, and we're going to be going on to Airfix, and I have this 1/72 scale Hawker Hurricane Mark 1. This 1/72 scale Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1A. .172 scale BAE Hawk in the Red Arrows markings. This is the old traditional one. and I also have a BAE Hawk in red emeralds marking the more modern markings since I've had since 2015. Still with Airfix, we've got this, let's bring you in a little bit, there we go, this 172 scale Panavia Tornado GR4 in the special 70th anniversary of the Dambusters markings from 617 Squadron. Still Airfix, still 172 scale, this Westland Sea King HR3 from the RAF Search and Rescue Squadrons. Still Airfix, still 172 scale, this is a British Aerospace Sea Harrier FAA-2. Also have this 172 scale BAE Harrier GR7A/GR9A. Still 172 scale, this is a dogfight doubles boxing of a BAE Sea Harrier FRS-1 and a McDonnell Douglas A4P Skyhawk. This is the Falklands 30th anniversary boxing. I also have this Airfix Club Boxing 172 scale first and last Harriers. I've already built the GR1 and I intend to build every single Harrier as they were brought into operational service in chronological order. So this GR9 here will be the last one I build. Also got this 172 scale D-Day Sea Assault set. I've already built one of the Higgins boats and a Jeep from it, so I need to crack on and build the rest of the dive armour. And I've got this lovely kit here which is a bit dusty. This is 172 scale Avro Lancaster B Mark III. The special one, and this is special. This is the Dambusters one, and this was the kit that's got me back into modelling because my other half bought it for me for a birthday or Christmas present, and I didn't feel up to building it straight out of the box because I didn't want to mess it up. So it's been in a stash and I'm working my way up to it gently. Still with Airfix, but going up a scale. This is a 1/48 scale. This is a Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1/Mark 1A/Mark 2A. Also have this rather nice Westland Lynx AH7 with Yacht Herrick boxing. And to go with the Lynx, I've got this British Forces Forward Assault Group still got Herrick boxing with the Supercat Jackal and some figurines to make it look dive armour. That's it for Airfix. Next, just bring it back out. Next I have one kit and one kit only from Edward and Stash, and this is this lovely Quattro Combo 172 scale Spitfire Mark 9, which has got all the goodies in it and loads of different markings. So once again, waiting for my skills to get good enough to do it justice. Next kit I have is, my next manufacturer I have is Fujimi. I only have one kit from them as well, and this is this 172 scale E2C Hawkeye. Next I have something a little bit different. This is from Gillows, and this is a balsa model kit. This was given to me by my father-in-law, who got it off his next door neighbour. So that's something different, and this is a Thomas Morse S4C Scout. So the next manufacturer I have is Great Wall Hobby, and starting in 1 to 144 scale, I have this lovely RAF Vulcan. This is in the K2 markings, the tanker, but you can still build a B2 out of it, which is my intention. And to go with the Vulcan, I've got its sister ship from V-Force, from Great Wall Hobby. I've got this Victor B2. I just wish I'd bring out a Valiant, so you had all three from Great Wall Hobby in the same scale. So I'm going to have to hunt down a Valiant at some point. I think Micromere do one or something. Staying with Great Wall Hobby, we're going up into 172 scale. I have this lovely looking F-15E, which has got markings for Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Really nicely detailed kit. So changing manufacturer now, going into Hasegawa. And for Hasegawa I have a few kits. I've got this very nice 172 scale F-18C Hornet with the VFA 195 Dambusters marking, the famous Chippy Ho. Also have an older release from Hasegawa, basically the same kit, but this is the F-18A. Still from Hasegawa, we have this F-104J/CF-104 Starfighter, so you can do a Japanese self-defense force or the Canadian Armed Forces from it. Still Hasegawa, this EA-6B Prowler, which has got special markings for VAQ 140 Patriots. So staying with Hasegawa, I've got a load of these weapon sets. Let's just bring you in a little bit. So this is weapon set number wrong one, start with this one first. So we've got weapon set number 2 here, and this is US guided bombs and gun pods from sort of Vietnam era. Also got weapon set number 4, which is US air to ground missiles, still from that sort of Vietnam-esque era. Weapon set number 5, which is US missiles and launcher set, a bit more modern. Weapon set number 6, which is US smart bombs, so these are LGBs. Weapon set number 7, and this is US special bombs and lantern pods, so it's JDAMs and all your designator pods, and also some ECM pods, and also some JSOs in there as well. Weapon set number 8, and this is US air-to-air missiles and jamming pods, so this is more modern missiles. It's the AIM-9X's and the AIM-120 Charlies. And weapon set number 9, which is US JDAMs and targeting pods, so some more JDAMs but different targeting pods. It's also got the HARM targeting system in there. Back out a bit. Next manufacturer I have is Heller, and I've only got the one kit from Heller, and this is this rather old tooling of a Dassault Mirage 4A. Old school kit, but can make a very nice kit nevertheless once it's built up properly. Next manufacturer I have is Hobby Boss. and I have this 1/72 scale Hobby Boss F14B Tomcat, which has got some Jolly Rogers markings, and I think it's Puking Dogs as well. Yep, that's, and also I'm not sure the other marking, but nice kit nevertheless. I've also got from Hobby Boss the younger brother, which is the F14D Super Tomcat, and that's got is it VF2, the Wolfpack? No, it's not Wolfpack. VF31, which I think is a Tomcatters. No, I can't remember. Yeah, VF2. It's not the Wolfpack, but I can't remember what they're called. The squadron name. Next manufacturer I have is Italieri, and I've got this F18A Bombcat with the Sluggers markings on the Fleercat. I think actually technically this is a F14B markings, but with an F14A kit. Wasn't a huge amount of differences anyway, but it's an old kit, raised panel lines on that one. So next manufacturer I have is Revell, and in 1/144 scale I've got this beastie aircraft here, which is the C-17 Globemaster. This has got an RAF and a Qatari Air Force markings in it. Still staying in 1/144 from Revell, I've got this Boeing 737-800 KLM markings. I'd like to get some aftermarket decals to make it into a Ryanair aircraft. Going up into 1/72 scale now, we have, let's bring you in a bit, this Airbus Helicopters EC-135, and I do have an aftermarket set to make this into a Midlands Air Ambulance aircraft. Now, still in 72, we've got Revell British Aerospace Harrier GR7, GR Mark 7 / well GR7/9. This is a reboxing of the Hasegawa aircraft, I believe. I've then got the Revell's Tornado GR1 RAF boxing. I'm led to believe this is the best 1/72 scale Tornado you can get. So I've got two of those. I've then got the Eurofighter Typhoon single-seater from Revell, and I've got two of those. This is the older tooled kit, which needs a bit of work, but nevertheless can still make a very nice model. But I also have one of their new release Typhoons. This is new tooling one, which I'm led to believe is easier to put together. Still missing some of the inner, can't remember, one of the pylon sets somewhere it's missing. I think it's the outer one here, or the central pylon. Nevertheless, it's not perfect, but it's a good kit, good rendition. I then have this 1/72 scale Lockheed F-16 MLU midlife update. So this I'm led to believe is the best F-16 if you want to build any one of the European F-16s, and this has got markers like Belgian Air Force, Dutch Air Force, and I can't remember who else. No, Belgium and Dutch. Then we have this 1/72 F-18F Super Hornet with some nice markings from Jolly Rogers, VFA 103. Then we have 1/72 scale Lancaster Mark 1/Mark 3. This is I bought this because I've got some I bought some aftermarket decals to be able to make the Lancaster from one of the squadrons that my great uncle flew on. I have to back you out a bit here. And to go with the Lancaster same era, I've got the Handy Page Halifax B Mark 1/Mark 2/GR2. This is the Merlin engine variant, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to kit bash out of this one. Well, basically in between the various parts in here, I think I've got enough to make the right parts for one of the Halifaxes that my great uncle flew on as well. Definitely going to have to back you out for this one. Then from Revell, I've got these beastie Tornado GR4 in 1/48 scale, and I've got some aftermarket goodies for that one. I know it's supposed to be a challenging build, but from what I've seen, it looks absolutely fantastic once they're finished. And to go with the GR4, I also have their 48 scale Tornado F3, the air defense variant. Next manufacturer I have is Sword. Now these are limited run kits, and I quite like them because they do something a little bit different. So this is a two-seater Harrier. It's the Harrier T Mark 2/2A/4/4N. And I've got the younger brother, which is this one here. This is the Harrier T10/12, so the newer two-seater Harrier for training. On Tamiya and 72nd scale, I've got this lovely de Havilland Mosquito FB Mark 6/Night Fighter Mark II, and this is to be done as a Mark 6 with the 617 Squadron decals for it. I've also got this very nice F16 CJ Block 50. This one is one which comes without the full pylons on it. You can get the second edition, which has got full pylons and weapon set for it. And then last one in the stash is a company called Tigers Models. This actually technically isn't mine, but it's still in my stash. So this is one of the cartoon aircraft, or what they call it, cute item, and it's a Spitfire, a Supermarine Spitfire fighter, and my other half bought this at some stage. She said she will build it. So that's that. So guys, there you have my little stash tour. I quite like what I've got in the stash. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. I've got mainly aircraft, as you can see. That's what I like doing, that's what I like building. And I've only got a couple of little exceptions with a couple of helicopters. Well, helicopters are aircraft, aren't they? A couple of little exceptions with maybe just that one bit of armour from Jackal and the Sea Assault set. So in the future, I probably should try maybe to get something a little bit different into the stash, but aircraft is where my heart lies. It's what I enjoy building, it's what I enjoy looking at once I've finished building it, so that's why I mainly get the aircraft. I think I've got a relatively decent selection of different types of aircraft. Well, I certainly am quite happy with it. I don't want the stash to get much bigger. I mean, I know that's difficult because we all sort of tend to add to the stash faster than we build. I've only got one aircraft on order at the minute. Well, tell a lie. I've got one aircraft on the way, which is a Hasegawa Eurofighter Typhoon, and then I've got a couple of kits on pre-order for when they come out, and that's the Airfix Phantom FGR2 in 72nd scale, and the famous AMK 1/48 scale F14, if it ever is released. I've got that on pre-order with a new company. So, but apart from that, I don't want to buy any more aircraft until such time that I've got a few more built. Anyway, enough waffle. I hope you've enjoyed this little stash tour. If you haven't done a stash tour or haven't done one recently, if you want to do one, I think it's great, because I really enjoy seeing what people got in their stashes, and what we sort of like buy and what we like to sort of collect and stuff like that. So with that, I'm just going to say thank you very much for watching the video, thank you very much for following me, thank you very much for those who have subscribed, and hopefully we'll carry on getting the channel a little bit bigger, and yeah, with that, happy modelling guys, we'll see you soon and take care, bye.